Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another Sport This Week video. In today's video, we are introducing two new sports to the list of sports that we already cover, and that's just because there's been some big things happening with them, and I'm just gonna keep talking about them most weeks now. Well, one of them, I'll explain in a bit when I get to them. But if you are new around here and you have not yet subscribed, we've been getting some decent subscribers recently. And if you want to see kind of more of me, I guess, I was on a video yesterday on a channel called Lucas FC, and I was just talking about West Brom, so because I do support them. But if you care anything about that, then go over and have a watch of his video. And yeah, like the video if you do indeed like the video. But let's get straight into it. So we'll start off with a new sport that we will be doing. I won't just do McGregor news, and that kind of gives it away. It's UFC. I won't just do McGregor news. I will do other fighters news because I do quite like UFC. But I thought this is a good way to kind of segue into it, I guess, you know. But basically, on Twitter, McGregor's been wanting to get another fight with Dustin Poirier. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but they've been going back and forth on Twitter, and Conor McGregor has basically said he's ready and wants to do it in November, so next month. And if this happens, it'll be kind of mad because like they've not really had much of a build up, and to just suddenly go, "Oh, I'm ready. Let's do it in a month." Like that just doesn't happen. It normally takes ages for like the build up and everything like that. But I mean, I'm not complaining. It will be another really good fight, but hopefully we'll see that. But that is UFC news just for this week. We will get more next week as it is still going on. Boxing now. Daniel Dubois, I don't know if that's how you say his name, will be fighting Joe Joyce on the 28th of November in one of the biggest heavyweight fights in years. So, I mean, I don't know loads about this fight, but it does seem like it'll be a very tough match for, to be fair, either of them, because they're both just really, really good at boxing. And I don't know who I'd back to win. I'd probably say Daniel, but we'd have to wait and see. But it would be an interesting one. Shame that you have to pay to view every single boxing fight, but still, if you can pay to watch it, I probably would, to be fair. Another good fight that is going on that I do know a little bit more of is Ryan Garcia will be fighting Luke Campbell on the 5th of December for the lightweight world champion title. And to be fair, I'd probably back Garcia. I'd probably back Garcia to win it. And he's just really, really good. I think he's probably one of the best lightweight boxers going. And I do back him over Luke Campbell to win. I guess, yeah. That's my prediction. I guess I'm doing a predictions video now. And the final thing, Fury has basically come out and said he won't rematch Wilder, which is kind of expected. Wilder, as soon as he got knocked out, well, kind of knocked out or whatever, I don't think it was knockout actually. No, as soon as he lost, that's the right one. He didn't get knocked out. I was thinking a different fight. As soon as he lost, he was basically like, "Oh, I want a rematch," all that, as you normally get on Twitter and just in general, because the person's annoyed, which makes sense. But Fury has basically said no, he doesn't want that, so he's gonna do a fight, like a comeback fight, which is just gonna be a small fight, and then he'll try go for the big fight against Anthony Joshua, which will probably be the maddest fights of the century or something like that. Because I mean, I don't know who I want to win in that fight. And then we'll go on to, so that's boxing finished now. We'll go on to a new sport where we haven't got much to say, but basketball. The main reason I've said this is because it's such a big thing. But the Lakers have won the NBA, are the NBA champions, winning versus Miami Heat. Fair play to them. I mean, they did just really, really play well, and the road to being there was good as well. I didn't know Miami had played decent. They played pretty good against the Celtics before, but Lakers were just so strong. And fair play to LeBron James yet again getting player in the match. However, old he is, he's still got loads left, and he's still saying he's going to be around for ages. So if you're a basketball fan, you kind of got to love to see it. Moving on to F1 now. So Hulkenberg, a person you probably never heard of before, will replaced Stroll for the Eiffel Grand Prix, which is basically like the German Grand Prix, because Stroll was taken on well, and then in the actual race he got driver of the day, taking 8th after starting last and getting no practices, which I mean, that basically just shows how much he wanted to do well and kind of prove that he should be there. And I mean, fair enough to get driver of the day and without any kind of advantages at all. Fair enough. But the other results for the race: Hamilton came first, Verstappen came third, and Ricciardo, however you say his name, came third for the first time since his 2018 Monaco win. And unfortunately, even though Bottas started pole, he had to retire because of power issues, and I feel bad for him. He's not had the best of comebacks to F1 since like lockdown, and I just feel bad for him because he kind of deserved to win that race. That was kind of his race in the bag, but you know. Moving on to we'll do football now. We'll do football. So, as always, a lot of football news going on. There is still the news that came out after deadline day happened, after I recorded the video last week, plus everything else. So, still a lot of football news. It's a bit of a longer video today. So, Guendouzi joined Hertha on a loan. I mean, I think he'll get sold soon just because of his attitude recently. Manchester United signed Telles, which is, I think, definitely good left back and definitely better than what they've got. Chiesa has signed for Juventus, amazing player. Danilo Pereira joined PSG on loan. Decent signing. Chris Smalling signed for Roma for 18 million. I'm glad he did that. I know he wanted to leave and it almost fell through because they forgot to hand in one bit of paperwork, but he did manage to just about do it. And yeah, I'm glad for them, and Roma wanted him as well. Arsenal signed Partey for 45 million. Good signing from them. Probably the best centre mid that they've got, or CDM that they've got. And they swapped Torreira on a loan. Torreira then joined on loan, to Atletico Madrid, which wasn't really a swap, but it kind of was at the same time, so it might have been a bit of a swap. But you know, I mean, it's good business either way. Loftus-Cheek joined Fulham on loan. I think decent signing for Fulham. Walcott's gone back to Southampton, but only on a loan. I mean, he used to be there, and he that's kind of where he started his career, and now he's going back, which is kind of like a fairy tale kind of thing. But we'll have to see how he does. I guess maybe he'll get inspired, but I just doubt it, really. What else happened? Cavani signed for Man United. Decent signing, not Sancho, but getting on a bit now. I don't think he'll play many games, and I mean, Odion Ighalo, he's just joined, and now he won't get any games. Then the window closed, and that was kind of all the business happened while the window was still open, but other stuff still. So Lamouchi, the Forest manager, got sacked, and then 5 minutes later got instantly replaced by Chris Hughton. If you don't know, the manager who got Brighton promoted recently, that's his recent stuff. He's got a few teams promoted, I believe. And I mean, I think that's very good from Forest. I feel bad for Lamouchi because he was doing very good this time last season, but they haven't got a win yet, and there's just nothing about them that seems interesting. So maybe Chris Hughton can inspire them to still get promoted. Still can get promoted very easily. Felipe Anderson joined Porto on the loan, which is it's decent business, but I don't know how Felipe Anderson is kind of playing at the moment. He's just been a bit lazy recently. France won 7-1 in a friendly versus Ukraine, and Camavinga got his first goal for France, a 17-year-old, and he was no red kick. So I mean, that's a good way to start his kind of career. Also in that game, Giroud became the second top goal scorer for France of all time, only behind Henry by like 10 or something. So I back him to probably overtake Henry's record, and I mean, saying he couldn't really get into the Chelsea or Arsenal side to almost be the top French goal scorer of all time, that's kind of mad. Spain and Portugal drew 0-0. Bit of a boring game, but it's big names still. England then won 3-0 versus Wales with a Calvert-Lewin debut goal. Ings getting his first goal for England, and Cody getting his first goal for England. So just a lot of... That was all the goals were just first time goals. Ancelotti won Manager of the Month. Fair play to him. Everton doing amazing. Calvert-Lewin got Player of the Month. Fair play to him. He's doing amazing. Maddison got Goal of the Month. Very good goal. I ain't gonna say what I thought it should have been, but you know. Benrahma's close to signing for West Ham. I mean, by the time this video comes out, he might have already signed. It seems like he's very close. Haaland scored a hat-trick with a 4-0 win over Romania. I mean, it just shows he can score anywhere, really. He's such a good player. England then won 2-1 versus Belgium, which is, a very good feat, to be fair, saying they're rated first in the world. I mean, a little 2-1 win to take that. Liverpool and Man United are proposing an 18-man Premier League, and with the League Cup abolished and Community Shield being scrapped, which I don't like this. I don't like the sound of this. It's kind of just rich clubs trying to own football. I don't like this, but hopefully it doesn't happen. And I know people might just say, "Oh, it's because you're a West Brom fan. They might not get in the Prem with only 18 clubs." Still, like it's. There's probably a larger audience of people that would say no to that than yes, and it makes no sense really. Carrying on with football though, France drew 0-0 with Portugal. Yeah, again, just big names, bit of a boring game. Scholes, and the last thing, Scholes have been named a caretaker manager for Salford City, which is so they're also. I think he's also part owner of them because there's a few players that ex-Man United players that are part owner for them. But now he's taken over as a caretaker manager, so good luck to him, and we'll have to see how it goes. And then that is all the football news for now, and we're just going to finish off with some tennis news. So, Djokovic won 3-0 versus Kanchanov. I think that's how you say his name. Nadal won 3-0 versus Sinner. Djokovic won 3-1 versus Carreno Buster. So both Nadal and Djokovic are in the semis. Nadal won 3-0 versus Schwartzman, who's a good player, to be fair. And I mean, I was surprised he won 3-0. Then Nadal won 3-2 versus Tsitsipas. No, I mean Djokovic won 3-2 versus Tsitsipas. And so it was a Nadal and Djokovic final, and Nadal won. He won 3-0 versus Djokovic. Very convincing, it seemed. And I mean, I'm so surprised, really. Nadal still got it in him, and he's up there with best in the world now. He's just behind Roger Federer, it seems. Equaled his record, Roger Federer's record of 20 Grand Slam titles, which is an amazing feat. And then the last thing, Swiatek won the French Open 2-0 versus Kenin, which is the Women's French Open, and fair play to her. I mean, no big names that I normally report, but fair play to her. So that is it for sport this week. Lots of stuff going down. I hope you enjoy these new kind of sports that I'm bringing into this kind of like thing. Bringing into sport this week. There will probably be a couple more sports that I might bring in. I doubt there'll be loads more, but yeah. Hope you did enjoy. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.